the guinea pig. And I'll let you know what we find at the swamp house. I can hardly wait. It's a long walk. Greetings and welcome to Drama in the Dirt. Appreciate you joining us. This week is not about the finds. Stay with us though. Don't turn it off. I visit a farm which is located just adjacent to the farm I was raised on. And this farm had over 200 acres. The one I'll be visiting. We used to play back there when we were kids. It was a peat bowl, and the ground was like jelly. You could stand 6 feet away from somebody and you could jump up and down and be like a wave that would move. Now I will mention in the video that this farm was located on a hill just above a river. There was a huge Indian encampment there. Obviously, I'm going to be looking for Indian artifacts. And I have something along that line for you. I know when I was young, I went back there, and I'll show you the map here in a little bit. But in my mind's eye, I thought the house, it was dilapidated in my mind. But I thought it sat in a different place. We'll be looking at the map, and I'll show you exactly where it was. Seeing the 59 aerial, the 1959 aerial, that it was still standing. I don't remember seeing it, so I don't know what year it came down. I was born in 56. Maybe by the early 60s somebody burned it or it was taken down. I do not remember it. But for some weird reason I remember this other place in my mind. Go figure. Let me also say this about the site. I know when I was a kid it was kind of a mysterious place. The glaciers had moved into that area and dumped all this, obviously, debris, trees, which was what made the peat swamp. But within this swamp, also there are these mounds, or tillite deposits. So anyway, it's just a neat place. I even remember as a kid thinking there were dinosaurs back in there. And it is so far removed from the road, you might even think of it kind of like one of those movies, like The Lost World. That's how different the place seems to be and feels. Here's the 59 aerial in our area. This was our house where we lived, and then this is the neighbors, the landowner. They own all this back in here. Our farm was this here, this block here, about 70 some acres. I originally thought that the house was in this grove. However, this is all peat moss, peat bog. Oh, by the way, there's one of those mounds there, and then there's one there, and then there's several of them here, a little ribbon of mounds. But I originally thought the house was there, and then you see this anomaly here. I thought, well, that must be where it was from the 1874 map. Now, let me go in a little bit. So I went from here originally on my first trip out, and that's where I found that huge brass door handle. And then then again, thinking, well, it must be in this area, but it's so low-lying when I got out there, I said nobody would build a house that close to the stream. But look what I overlooked. Is that not a house? And that is the thicket where I found the 4 anomalies in the ground. Originally, I thought it was here. In my mind's eye, we used to walk down the creek. This is the creek bed. And for some reason, in my mind's eye, I used to think there was a house there. And my second trip out, after doing more research, well, I thought maybe it was here because there was kind of like an anomaly in the ground when I looked at several of the areas. But look what I overlooked. The house was still standing in 59, it looks like, right here, because that is where it is, and this, of course, is a thicket, and it's grown up. I spent some time in there. I thought I found a nail bed, but I think it was shredded fence. I never dug enough of it up. So I want to go back and see if it's old nails. As I recall, in the early 80s, they re-dredged the stream. I believe the landowner brought a bulldozer. If I remember, the landowner brought a bulldozer in here and cleared all this out. There's only one large tree in here. All the others have got to be under 35 years old. Now, what I'm hoping is that if they pushed all the dirt to the sides, maybe, and like I say, this is a knoll. If they did that, there's a possibility that I can recover, that we can recover maybe some items from the house. But the nail bed thing threw me, and again, I'm thinking it's probably shredded up fence, old fence. Now, I got out in the field here. I did locate that brass piece and a few other little things, but nothing that would indicate. It was a little bit disappointing that I did not find a place that was unaltered. But again, it was the adventure of it that was so thrilling for me. I trust you'll enjoy the adventure with me, and think in your mind that you go back to revisit a place you hadn't been in 40 years. So there's some excitement to that. And I do hope to return. I think not only are the Indian artifacts something we want to look for, but I think maybe we might be able to turn up some remnants of the house. All right, I'm headed back to where the map says the swamp house is, and this of course is where I was raised, right beyond those trees there. And this was part of our farm right along the creek here. And there was a huge Indian settlement here. Caleb and I were out here the other day. We didn't have a whole lot of luck. There's quite a bit of ground cover. It's not like the old days when you used to disc and all the ground was exposed. There's a lot of bean fodder. But I did finally get a point, and that's a work piece there, obviously. So I'll keep my eyes peeled, and then I'll let you know what we find at the swamp house. I can hardly wait. It's a long walk. It's over probably 3/4 of a mile to a mile, and that's a long way for an old fellow with bad legs. So, all right, I reached the last hill. Should be right there somewhere. We will find out. This, see it? To clean my glasses, can't see anything. Is that a good sign? Not sure. Well, I believe we found the well. Somebody's put some things around here to keep people from stepping in it. Unfortunately, it's not in the field, as I guessed, but it is on this knoll. So let's look around, we'll see what we come up with. Look at this, there's another hole. I lived here all those years, and I never knew this place was up here, or cement. Now let me see. The suspense is building. There's a third one. So I don't know whether we got cisterns or wells or what, but there's 3. There's a 4th one. I'm beginning to think I'm on a chunk of limestone instead of a glacial deposit and the cave's caving in. But I know better. So a 4th one. Well, I think our first notable find, that looks like a really old-timey bullet. Looks hollow. It looks like it's broken off. I really haven't found a nail bed. Somebody dumped a bunch of trash up here. Old corrugated roofing and stuff. But, okay, we'll start with that. I have a very old case here. It's very fragile. I just about smashed it, see. I'll try to clean that stamp and see. But it was down there about 4 inches or 5. All right. Well, I got a good tone here, but it's shallow. I can't imagine somebody dropped the zinc.
Numbers were 76, 77. Little piece of pop can, huh? Ooh, how about that? It's a tag. Well, that's a good sign. We'll clean it up and see what we can figure. I don't think it's a poultry. No, it wouldn't be a poultry tag because it's got holes in it. They crimped those on. Hey, good sign. Well, I think I found the nail patch. I turned my headphones off. And I think I had a signal here somewhere. And it looks like a piece of foil. A lot of hunting goes on back here. I didn't wear my hunter orange today, but I keep whistling. I didn't see anybody parked back here. Yeah, this is definitely it. It's right on the outskirts of the field and it's quite flat. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, definitely plenty big enough. Let me see what if we can hit anything. I'm assuming the front yard was probably west, just a guess. Okay, so it quieted down here. I can get through here. Let me just go this way. Well, I guess I found where they kept the horse. Part of a double tree. It's a nice piece. I don't think I've ever found one like that. It's great. I'm right next to that hole. I hope the ceiling of the cave doesn't give in. Well, there's something you don't see every day when you find a bullet. I'll try not to break it. Isn't that something? Probably hit a rock. Huh. Go figure. Well, I had a pretty good tone. Let me see what we got here. I'm tired. I'm going back. Had a lot of rain. Of course, I got my mud suit on, so well, maybe there's something good. Can you see it? It's not a shotgun. It's definitely a relic. But whether it belongs here or not. Well, I'll have to clean it up. Fighting this mud's about impossible. It's a guinea pig. See his ear? Right there. Weet, 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 weet. That was all the way down there. And since I'm in this Indian area, I was going to dig it up. You never know what or been given by the white settlers. But it looks like a piece of drain pipe with a clean out plug. So what that reminds me of is call Roto-Rooter. And away your troubles go down the drain. Look, it's a dinosaur. See his mouth? Ow! Well, some poor fella crawled out of the mud before he should have. Ew.
and you could feel it under your feet. I could feel the earth move under my feet. Paco, you want to get the mail? You get the mail for Daddy? Huh? So Daddy didn't have to reach over you? Think about it. You don't love me.